It snowed again. As you can see, my yard's a swamp. Perfect time to talk about my bike. This is the T-bagger. This is a 1987 electric glide. I built this draw-through turbo setup. It is a Chinese GT25 turbo. The manifold is just a bunch of random pieces of stock Harley exhaust welded together. Flange I bought from eBay because eBay is the best. O2 sensor for the air-fuel ratio gauge up in the dash. The draw-through setup, how that works is the turbo just pulls the air and fuel through the carb. If you were to do a blow-through setup, you would have to pressurize the carburetor to match boost pressure. You need a fuel pump to regulate fuel pressure, all that. Don't need that with a draw-through. So we just have a long fuel line coming from the tank. It's feeding so far. I hope it continues to work. We'll figure it out as we go. The oil feed comes out of where the oil pressure sensor would be. Feeds right into the top of the turbo. Oil return obviously comes out of the bottom of the turbo, and I have it wrapping around to the other side of the engine. I made an adapter fitting that threads into the timing plug. We'll see if that works. It was the least amount of work. Everyone's always talking about my floppy carb. I'm gonna build a bracket. I just don't know what to do yet. This zip tie, she's holding it for now. Some of the other non-turbo related mods that I've done to this bike, we have the risers and bars for 7/8 bars. I don't like 1-inch bars. I just don't. I run a dirt bike throttle setup on all of my bikes. It's pretty easy to make it work. We got a stock master on this bike right now. Cheap clutch lever. The clutch lever is actually like a sport bike style. So what I've done is cut the hoop on the end of the cable, ground it into a ball so it fits in like a dirt bike or sport bike cable would. Forbidden Moto risers. This pullback plate gets the risers back behind the fairing. On the early batwing fairings, you can run straight risers and a smaller pullback plate. The bars won't interfere with the fairing like they will on the newer style bikes. Catch can, it's a early Evo, so base breather. When you beat on these things, they puke oil everywhere, both out of the case and the transmission. So I have two lines going into this cheap catch can here. One's coming from the transmission, one is coming from the base of the engine. It just catches the oil so I'm not constantly puking oil all over my rear tire and my brakes. Cut bags and fender. I wheelied this thing all the time before it was turboed. We'll see if I can still wheelie it with some boost. These older bikes have very little aftermarket support. This seat is actually for an 08 to 23. Size-wise, it's the same. The only difference is how it mounts up front. So what I did was make a clip that bolts to the tank mount location, and it just slides into the groove in the front of the seat. That's pretty much your only way to get a nice seat on these older baggers. I've been getting a lot of questions. I hope this answers some of them.